What's up, my Central Unit? It's the Central Man here. So I just find out that Ring of Honor Wrestling might go out of business in the start of 2022. The reports that ROH released the whole entire roster from their contract. When I hear the news, I said to myself, "Holy shit! They're going out of business. They're just simply going out of business." Yeah, they'll do their final battle pay-per-view in December, and I think they're going on hiatus in the start of 2022. Reports that the Sinclair Broadcasting Group, I think the company's purchase and own Ring of Honor, is not giving the company a new deal. I heard about Ring of Honor. Yeah, I think this is the company that purchased Ring of Honor in 2011 from Carly Sulkin, who owned the company at the time. I done my research on this company. I know what Ring of Honor is, but I'm not necessarily a fan of it. I watched bits and pieces of Ring of Honor Wrestling, some clips, but it's very hard to find the actual live show of Ring of Honor, whether it's their weekly TV show or their pay-per-views, It's just like, wow, that company is going to go out of business in 2022. And rumors that they're coming back in April or March of the following year to do their Supercar show. But if that was the case, why you firing your entire workers in that company? Because Ring of Honor was formed in 2002, nearly 20 years. It's come from the ashes of ECW, because ECW went out of business in 2001. ROH was formed in 2002, 1 year after ECW went out of business. Nearly 20 years. It'd be 20 years in February when ROH was formed. And after Final Battle, I think this is the final nail in the coffin. I don't think they'll do their Supercar show in April. I think that's just a stupid move for ROH to release your entire roster from their contracts. It reminds me of TNA, way back in 2014, when, they announced that Spike TV's not renewed their deal. Yeah, and then I thought that was the end. What they did is they ground their television programs. Not doing an episode of Impact Wrestling. The final pay-per-view before they left Spike TV was Bound for Glory of 2014. They went on hiatus, and then they got the new deal from Destination America. What they did, they don't really fire the entire roster from TNA. They kept it together, and then the other Destination America lasted for one entire year before once again left that television network to go to, sorry, I kind of burped, left Destination America, then went to Pop, sticked around for 3 years. They're on the Pursuit channel, now they're on Access TV. They got better. Yeah, TNA's right now, it's Impact Wrestling, but they find a way to stay alive. But ROH, I think this is the beginning of the end, as we know it. It's not like everyone knows the story that WCW was about to go on hiatus, do a massive reboot, plan to do the Big Bam pay-per-view in May of 2001. Unfortunately, they went out of business. I think it's when the Time Warner, it was AOL and Time Warner merged, and that company died. It's a shame, but I feel sorry for the wrestlers. I think people are going to say, oh, they might go to not all wrestlers might go to AEW. I'm trying to talk about that before. It's still an ROH video, but I'm going to get off the topic a little bit. But not all wrestlers have to go to AEW. They got too many big stars as we is. You don't need to have more big talent. Like Jay Lethal, great example. I don't think he'll go to WWE. I think it was too little, too late. If he just instead of going ROH in the middle parts of the 2010s, if he just went to WWE like in 2014 or 15, maybe. But I think it's too little, too late for WWE. But who knows? But I can see him going back to Impact Wrestling for the first time for almost a decade. But AEW, maybe. Bully Ray's retired. You know, he was in ROH. I think Kenny King. I could maybe in WWE, you know, with the Hurt Business, reunite with Bobby Lashley, MVP, to form, because they were the original they were members of the Beatdown Clan in TNA. But maybe ROH, no. I can see him going back to Impact Wrestling. Think Mandy Leon. I can see her going to WWE, part of the NXT brand, or going to AEW, or she's going to be a highest free agent. Mandy Leon. I know who he is, and Kelly Klein is a great example. I can see her going to AEW. I know some wrestlers in Ring of Honor, but not all. The Briscoes, maybe I can see them going to the NWA, or I can see it going to happen, but it's just a sad time for, if you're a fan of ROH. It's an uncertain future. Like I said, I doubt they do that Supercard show. What's it called? The Supercard of Honor show. In the spring of 2022. I wish they kept it together. Said about reimagination ROH. Why could you say rebooting it? It's just like, I'm lost of words. I'm not crying. It's just shocking for that company. I think the first company, been in company in business for years since WCW. You got many wrestling companies come and go after ECW and WCW. Demise. In 2001. They kind of form a wrestling company. Sorry, they formed the wrestling company. And it didn't work out. They went out of business. That lasted about 2 or 3 years. And talk about a lengthy years, like 1 decade to 2 decades. ROH's been there for 2 decades. Impact Wrestling the same, because Impact Wrestling been around since June of 2002. ROH February of 2002. I hope they get their new deal, or hope they stick around. If not. And also sort out their wrestlers' contracts, and the commentators and the backstage crew. Otherwise, it's just like I feel like it's a grave saying like it could be ROH 2002 to 2022. I don't think it'll die in 2021. Like I said, they do their final battle, then they'll be on hiatus for a bit, and then we don't know. We simply do not know. So it's basically like 2002 to 2022. I see some anti-fucking smarks shitting on ROH. I'm not going to talk about them. This is not about them. Go, ROH going out of business. Just basically grown adults acting like kids. They don't even watch the company. They just want to see wrestling companies dying. They're not going to get better. It's just like, I don't want to get into them because it's so stupid how people shitting on a company that's dying. There's like they got. I heard they got financial problems for years. I think AEW. I'm not shitting on AEW, but I think AEW and the pandemic play a massive part of the fall of Ring of Honor. Like Cody and the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega went. Actually, Kenny Omega went to I think he was a New Japan guy. I don't think. Yeah, he can't bounce around with ROH to New Japan. He's mostly a New Japan guy. I think it has to be Cody and the Young Bucks, the ROH guys. Form that company and succeed. But at the same time, and also most of the wrestlers end up jumping shit to AEW, like Hangman Page, Christopher Daniels, Frankie Kazarian. The Addiction, formerly known as Bad Influence from TNA. See, yeah, like I said, I'm not familiar. I don't follow these wrestlers in that company. Maybe one or two. I heard like Marty Bell, who was part of TNA and then the NWA, is now part of that group. Allison Kay, formerly known as Sienna, is in that company. But the end, I could see Allison Kay. I don't think she's going back to Impact Wrestling. I think she's done that. She'll probably go to AEW. I think AEW need more legit wrestlers. Serious challenges for Britt Baker. But I can see some go. I can see him going to WWE, Impact Wrestling, and ROH, or maybe MLW. I think they need some talent as well. It's just like it's just like it's been around for like when ROH is gone, the only wrestling companies left are WWE, AEW, sorry, stumble, AEW, Impact Wrestling, MLW. They're kind of like the four. ROH, it was supposed to be the fifth. Now they could be gone. The hope they stick around. Hope they sort out before then. For the meanwhile, it's the end. It's the beginning of the end of ROH as we know it. This is the group. This is the company formed stars for the last 20 years, like wrestlers like CM Punk, Bryan Danielson, aka Daniel Bryan. Kevin Steen, he's Kevin Owens in the WWE, El Generico, that's Sami Zayn also in WWE, Samoa Joe, Adam Cole, Baby, he's now in AEW, Kyle O'Reilly, Jay Lethal, the list goes on and on and on. The Nigel McGuinness, I think also now in WWE. I think he's part of the I think he's doing the commentator of the NXT UK brand. He was the ROH world champion. I think I think that Honor Club is going to be shut down. If that was the case, I don't know who's going to get the library tapes. I think it's likely WWE is going to get the library tapes. Because you got Cesaro, who Claudio Castagnoli used to wrestle in ROH. You still got Samoa Joe's still wrestling in WWE. AJ Styles had bounced around with ROH during his career in TNA and New Japan. They'll get library tapes. I think they get their pay-per-views. I think that'd be good. I don't think AEW will get that. It'll be WWE will get the library tapes. The rumors when the rumors they get TNA's library tapes, but that's just a rumor back in 2016, but it's unlikely. And those library tapes, still is, slowly building the foundation of the Impact Plus app, of right now. So, I think I've covered most of it. It's just like, hope these wrestlers, stay in Ring of Honor. If not, hope they get work someplace else, whether it's in WWE, AEW, Impact Wrestling, whatever, Jesus, it's just a sad day. It's just a sad day if you're an ROH fan, They still got a loyal fan base, It's like, I think they kind of declined a little bit in 2011. I heard they're on the rise in the mid 2000s, and then they kind of declined a bit. They had some buzz in the mid to late 2000s and 10s, with the Bullet Club, and then and now it's all to pop now, on hiatus. But yeah, it really bugs me if you're on hiatus, why you release your entire roster, every people in that company. You're putting a lot of people out of work, and if you're going on hiatus, why could you pay them to stay at home until get things order, and then when the time is right, they go back to work and do what they're supposed to do. It's just, this is the perfect time to talk about it. I just heard the news. Like I said, I heard the news about ROH on hiatus, could be going out of business. It's just like, I hope, I never knew that it's going to go out of business, Yeah, they have money, but they haven't got that financial resources like a WWE or AEW. They're owned by billionaires like Vince McMahon, Tony Khan, Impact Wrestling, they're not, they were super rich, you know. Yeah, they used to be owned by Dixie Carter, and then Anthem bought the company from her. Don't think Anthem. I think Anthem still owns the company to this day. I might be wrong about that. You know, they're not on the same level, but yeah, ROH was yeah, some. Yeah, it's not that mainstream, but I think it was kind of like an. I think it's a bit of an under promotion ground. You know, like they kind of finished what ECW started. Yeah, they're not doing the hardcore shit, but it's kind of like what ECW is. ECW is like a renegade under promotion company. I think that could play a massive part. You know, you can't really do that. Otherwise, you gotta get away from that. Otherwise, it going to fuck you financially. You know, but like Lucha Underground, you know, that was an under promotion company, and that lasted about what was it 2014? That company was. I think it lasted about 2-3 years before that company went out of business. So, fuck, it's just like. You know, I don't know if they're gonna do the same. I don't know if it's going out of business. I might do a similar video like this if it's confirmed that it's going out of business in 2022. Hope not. Like I said, hope they, get things sorted and continue what they're doing. Do shows on the road, do the weekly shows and the pay-per-views, starting to recover. Like Impact Wrestling is slowly recovering after the TNA name. It's like the TNA name, kind of flopped. The whole Hogan and Bischoff stuff, the stuff behind the scenes with Dixie Carter, the was a $1 million debt, and the whole fucking flop failed merging with GFW that went to pots, and then then they got that act together with Don Callis and Scott D'Amore, got it together. They're in that rebuilding process. They're not going to be on the same level what they once were in those mid 2000s, in the early parts of 2010s. That's not going to happen, but they found a way to get that together and still alive to this day. ROH, like I said, stay. I'm repeating myself. Hope they do the same thing. Be in that rebuilding process. It'll take time. It's not good. Rome wasn't built in the day. But it has to do with I could say AEW, the COVID pandemic, and even WWE signing them talent to selling them main stars. That's the reason why they couldn't compete. If they kept holding their main talent, who knows? I think they probably, I think they could compete with WWE. TNA flopped. I think ROH could do it because they got better management at the time than TNA. That was run by fucking Dixie Carter, Hulk Hogan, Eric Bischoff. Jeff Jarrett's a fucking sellout, but no disrespect, but he's kind of sold out the company. But that's another topic for another time. So anyway, I'm gonna end this video. Wow. It could be the proper. I think this Sinclair Broadcasting Groups is basically the final blow. It's basically the final nail in the ROH casket. So hope you enjoy this, folks. What's your thoughts on this situation with ROH Wrestling? Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Smash the like button. Click the bell. Subscribe to the Central Man Network on YouTube. Be part of the Central Unit for more wrestling videos and more. And this is Central Man officially signing out. Check you later, guys. I'm out. Peace.